Right, hello YouTube, welcome back once again to more from the depths. Now, you'll probably know this craft if you're this far into the playthrough. This is the Skyray, this is a production model Skyray. I've added a single extra part to this, which is an origin block. And that is because today I'm going to be doing a bit of designing. We're going to start work on another big craft, or big-ish. Big physically, but not necessarily cost-wise. The reason for that is because I'm using an old, finally starting construction on an idea that a sub gave me quite a little while ago at this point, a carrier. We're going to try and build what I'm preemptively naming, again, thanks for the suggestion, the Sky Manta. This is going to be a carrier that is intended to carry 4 Skyrays into battle and provide fire support and repair support. It's going to be similar sort of shape. There'll be one very large flying wing, but we'll have a central vertical column to hold things like the engines. And underneath we'll be carrying, I'm thinking, cram cannons. We'll have a look at this new cram update and test out some of the stuff in it. So that's where we're at the moment. So, again, we're going to be carrying 4 of these. The reason I put an origin block on it is so that it has a set spawn point and we'll always hold it in the right place. We're going to try and make it so it will dock 4 Skyrays, and then when a battle starts it will undock them and launch them into the fight. So, first things first, we need to get a rough idea. Oh, the texture's changed, or is it just the render again? No, it's just the render again. We need to get a rough idea how wide this thing needs to be, because it's going to have to be big. So, at a rough guess, I'm going to have to spawn some docking ports, spawn some Skyrays in as well, and also save this thing, but... Alright, is that going upwards? I think it is. Save this vehicle as the incoming testing. 017 Manta. So we need to load in a couple of production Skyrays. We'll have to retrofit any existing ones if they're going to have a carrier assigned to them, but probably we're just going to build them with the carrier in mind. So basically we need to see if we can dock 2 of these things to them and if they get in each other's way, basically. So activate tractor beam. Yeet. Dragged in. Okay, so that is not wide enough. Needs to be maybe, I'll say 3 beams longer. I also hope this is not going to break when I release it. In fact, what we'll do is we'll specifically do that just so it detaches properly when we release it. Right, MISC. Oh, where was it? Was it my MISC? Docking station, there we go. Right, Skyray 1, apply, activate beam. We're going to be changing a lot of the settings anyway, but we just want to make sure it's actually holding them in the right place. And that the 2 do not collide. I believe it shuts down their engines while they're attached, which it looks like it is indeed doing. Looks a bit comedic, but that's in. Okay, we probably want, if we're going to have our central vertical pillar, we probably want it to be... This doesn't cause breakages, nope. We probably want it to be that much wider again. So it's going to be big. So if that's the core of our ship, we will then want... We'll want 2 for that thing. Oh god. Yeah, we may have to keep in mind launching as well. And we're intending to carry 4 with this carrier. So we're going to have to set up the angles correctly so that, again, they don't collide. Apparently these are not even... Oh, they're not even set up remotely the same. Okay, so the idea is these are going to be carried flat, so we want No, azimuth the same for now. It's just flipping it to 90 degrees. At the top? Actually, they don't really have it. Yeah, that is the top. Okay. I was about to say they don't really have a top, but it's the front. So that's the top. We want them... No, that's fine. Do you want the IORC 25 though, or the roll? Oh, right, because we've done weird stuff with it. It's reacting slightly strangely to this, I forgot. Okay, hang on. Oh, there we go. Still effects. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, we're definitely having that. Right. So 90 and 90, apparently? Oh. Well, that's sort of right. There we go. Yeah, now do we need sub-vehicle spawners, is that right? To spawn... That's creation of a mothership that spawns and travels a fleet of smaller crafts. Okay. Once signed, they are capable of... and saved it to... Okay, yes, we do need sub-vehicle spawners. Oh, is this because they're already, docked? I can't select them? Hang on. How do we... Oh. Do I have to tell it to be a drone? How does this work? Hang on. Save vehicle. Sky Manta. I do load. How many blocks is it? 48. Okay, no, so that definitely has not registered that yet. Is there a way to... Do I have to set these as drones? How do I... I genuinely don't know how to... Oh, is there a help for it? There might be a help for it. Hang on. Right. Drone. Sub-vehicle spawner. Docking station. Oh, do we have to assign it as a mothership? How do we... Oh, is it because we don't have an AI? We don't count as a mothership? Is that right? Hang on. We'll probably move that, but... Oh. In your fleet. Is that because they're not in the same fleet? Yes, confirm. Spawn it at 50 meters. I don't know how far away that's going to be. Okay, that's cool. At least it shows you which one's which, so you can tell which one's the right one. Okay, cool. So we set those two up. We'll set up the other two, and we'll use it to keep a track of where they're supposed to be. We are going to be flatter than this, but I'm also going to have the wings really wide. They'll extend all the way out past the wing of the Sky Rays. They're docked, so we need 2 more Sky Rays. Yeah, we're supposed to carry 4. 3 has not been quite enough, so I'm going to start carrying 4 around and have this spawn as a sort of flying battleship of a sort. It'll still be cheaper, probably, than the real one. Am I in the wrong bit? Campaign. Action model Sky Ray. Oh, we also need to...
Listening.
On fleet. The last one. And they come. Yeah, it's looking right so far. And then we need to tell it which ones to pick. I believe it will be this one. Oh, it didn't do the camera towards it thing. Well, we can test it, I suppose, can't we? We now go save Sky Manta. I do load vehicle. The Sky Manta should be huge now. Yeah. Over 1 million materials now. Okay, excellent. That's working. I do map. I should be able to tell it to... There was an option to undock, wasn't there, before? Oh, that's on the actual ships themselves. Right. And again, we may indeed improve the Sky Ray as well. I have had some small plans to do that. Probably going to be building for a little bit, but... For the moment, we'll stick with this. So... It's going to be heavier armoured than the previous Sky Rays, I think. It'll be heavier and bulkier in general, but... That's kind of the point. It needs to be able to survive more. Our current craft are a little bit on the not durable enough side, really, as we've generally seen, so that is something we need to work on. So now if we go... Should get us the rough shape for the craft. Oop. This is going to be metal, not alloy. Which will make it a bit heavier, but that should be okay. The wings are mostly just going to be wing. I might put some decoys inside them, but they are primarily just going to be wings, basically. We'll maybe see if we can make this mostly a regular aircraft. Maybe have the nose thrusters like the Sky Rays themselves do, but... Keep flying relatively simple. Yeah, like I say, it's going to be a wide one, if not a necessarily enormous one. Dense one, I should say. Yeah, that should be okay. Mostly it just needs to be wider than the main bodies themselves of the aircraft. That probably does mean it's going to have to flatten out at the back. That's fine, that'll just make it a bit easier to fit the engines on this one. Why is that not... Oh, because it's just close enough to... Nope, nope. 3 meter. It's just close enough to overlap in the middle. But yeah, thanks for the welcome back comments for everyone as well. I didn't think I was away that long, but I guess people are really looking forward to it. Right, yeah, that looks quite good. I would be interested to know what's drawn people into my campaign over the other YouTube creators, because of course there are other big YouTube creators that do From the Depths, sort of Lathrix, Borderwise, I think. Oh, I'm sure there's at least one other, Robaz, among others. I think Martin Cytopants has recently been doing it as well, which... Yeah, it's like, I like that YouTuber. Like, apparently he... I haven't seen the video yet, but apparently he managed to take on a Megalodon without too much difficulty. I'm just like, God damn it. Is it just me that struggled? Well, probably not. I don't know how much difficulty he had doing it, but... Yeah, so I think it will have a sort of vertical, like I say, tower section. So I'll roughly... Maybe not quite that tall, but... So a big vertical sort of cabin at the top, and then... That will allow for all the internals, gun internals, AI, etc. They'll all be carried at the top. What I think we should also do to match tradition with the looks is have those 2 large tails at the back, but like larger, more complete structures. And again, we're also going to pull the Sky Rays themselves a lot closer to the chassis. Right, so let's mark in where those tail wings are going to be. With that. Okay, so what's the best way to start building this? Do we just fill it with... We probably just fill the inside with wing, I think. It's one of the first things we do. There is one that does... specific shape, but actually probably... Oh yeah, there's like custom propellers. I forgot about these. Yeah, they replace Deader Blades now. Yeah, looks like they might have. So maybe even use those. Why not? They're brand new. Custom wings. Yeah, these provide lift. Let's fill the inside of the main wings with these. Actually, there's control surfaces as well, right? Oh, no, they actually move. We don't actually want that. Don't want these controlling the angle, we just want these to provide lift, basically. Go with 4 meters, because I'm assuming they will generate less lag, having less of them. And yeah, if we put actual ones that can actually affect the ship's flight in here. Ailerons here, ailerons here. Between them and the engines, it should be enough to actually get some decent control over the craft. We probably don't want that at the front though, so we'll just go... I don't want the gaps, I should say, so we'll go fill those in. Of course, I am, as ever, willing to take suggestions for the crafts. Whether I follow them or not, I don't know. But I am willing to take them. Some stuff that's quite small, like I remember one guy mentioned, like you could save parts in the missile launcher on the Patrol 3. Some stuff like that, I'm like, that's, to me, is so small a thing that I'm not too worried about going back and redoing that. But there's other stuff that's like key things, like mentioning, oh, the flagship should probably be finding at 2K, or I'm like, yeah, that is something I should probably be doing. I'll probably set with it at some point. Make it fight from further back, and it'll probably cope a lot better, because it does have fairly good long-range guns. Let's get these wings in. Probably one of the first things to do is get a basic flight setup working on this thing. Get it capable of going airborne. I'm thinking we'll maybe set the wings up first, because they're going to be hollow. Oh, do we want launchers on them, like the regular Skyrays have? Maybe. Actually, no, we'll probably put them in the core section. We'll probably keep the weaponry confined to the core section, maybe, and then have decoys and things on the wings, maybe. Potentially some actual decoy launchers and things later as well, but I was thinking more the solid ones. Maybe even jamming. We could potentially fit this thing with maybe some quite powerful jammers to sort of protect the whole fleet by throwing off targeting on every enemy sort of weapon system nearby. Could be worth a shot. Yes, that's what I'm thinking for the wings. Just literally a giant control surface that's armored. And again, all the smart bits in the armored box in the center. Yeah, what was the Manta itself cost? 1.4 million. It's not going to be cheap, but that's mostly because of the extra ships that come with it. If I can keep it below maybe 2.2 million, that should be fine. We do have a little bit of an issue with resource flow, but with the transports we can gather enough that I'm sure we'd be able to make at least one of these. Again, we may indeed tweak the Skyrays too to make them more worth carrying around. I think we could maybe strip out some of the other internals and boost the power of the laser, or we could potentially improve the missiles to make them more immune to Sea-Wiz, maybe Thumper missiles. Focus more on those, but either way, one of the weapon systems needs changing. Either the laser needs to be more powerful to burn through smoke, or the missiles need to be more durable to get through countermeasures. Basically, it's breaching their defenses that's our problem. But with this one, I'm thinking we'll kit it out with APHE rounds, and they should be very, very hard to shoot down. I know crams, the very least, used to be, like solid shot crams, used to be very difficult to destroy in mid-flight. So I think if we got this thing flying around, launching high sort of pad demolition shots, and the regular Skyrays sort of screening, because we know they're good against aircraft, because they're lasers, and being a bit more durable than most small aircraft, we should have a good combination, hopefully. Of course, we've got to do this on both top of the wing and the bottom, which is a little bit of work, but I figure if I set it out like this, then it'll definitely snap to a 4-meter grid. We might also want to armor up around the docking ports themselves. Actually, do we? I suppose it doesn't really matter once it's arrived in battle whether those are destroyed or not, so maybe we don't even need to worry about that. But anyway, other side. I guess we have to go till we can pull back a layer, which is there. It's fine, it's all going to be filled later anyway. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, then we can fill that next one in. Let's see, once the gap gets 4 wide, then we need to go back. Basic stuff, we're just building armor, basically. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what cram cutters are like to make now, because I didn't use them a huge amount in general. And then of course they've had their big overhaul, so I don't know quite where they're at the moment. Whether they're actually quite good, or whether they're kind of bad. I don't know. Oh. Huh. Oh, I see. I've got a bit too far on that one, have I? Well, that's fine. Right, let's fill this in. It's going to be heavy, so hopefully it's going to have enough power to lift itself. Wing mass, 90% weight. Could be worse, could make a little lead aeroplane. It'd probably work as well, judging by this game's aerodynamic system. Yeah, probably also need to fill that as well. I do like that docking effect. That is actually quite nice. The sort of glow. Oh, I see. Also need to come back on this bit too, huh? So at least I can see where it is now. But it has to come back, and then to there. All the way to the edge of the hull. Filling that, and then, yeah. And fill. Wait for a moment of lag. That should be the wings filled. Just got to clean these up. Again, this is the less glamorous part of this game. Just sometimes just building large segments like this where you're just like, yeah, got to do this 50 times or whatever. Well, I've got to fill in like 5,000 blocks worth of space. I have no idea how big the Manta itself is. It says 9,000 blocks, but I don't know whether that's... I think that's counting the Skyrays as well, but I don't know for certain. Yeah, now, do we include lasers on this as well? We probably have space for it. We could do a laser defense system, maybe. Have it as a big, like, long-range screening plane as well as doing cram fire, but we'll maybe need to see what sort of generator we try and fit and how much space there is inside and all that good stuff. We decide how to power it as well, because I'm not quite sure on that one yet. I think potentially fuel engines, but we've got some big ones with that old JP engines pack, so we might use some of those. Right. I think we're just going to fill the gaps in the engines and around there and everything now. Well, not the engines, the gaps in the docking port. Not the same on both sides, which means something's gone weird with the filling, but oh well. Right. Just those edge bits with the wings. We'll worry about the edging on the back of the wings in a bit. We'll focus on getting the core layout first. I guess also means we don't want stuff there. Oh. Okay, so it's that cut back. And that there. Okay. Oh. And then, of course, yeah. Fine. Again, we'll fit some decoys inside the wings later as well. Right, so that's the rough wing shape. Now, what are we going to power it with as well? Because that's the other question. We could build some custom jets, potentially. Might be more efficient than having a lot of regular ones. Like, build some big custom jets into the wings. Like either above or below them, maybe? We'd have set above and below the wings. Oh, would that be more likely to get... Wonder if that would be more likely to get knocked out or less. Could always do a test flight for the minute with just a bank of regular ones anyway. How much power do I think that's going to use? Probably a lot. Yeah, we might actually. I think I can even tell already. It's going to be more efficient to use custom jets on this one just because of the sheer size of it. At least for main propulsion. We use them for adjusting pitch and roll. We won't need them, but at least for main propulsion, we're probably going to want custom jets. We'll mount one above and below the wings, maybe two even, but we'll prefab them. Right, so generator. Oh, yeah, right. Those are a thing. We could use those. how much... Do they use all the power? I think we need to do some science here. Right. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. We'll use the regular intakes. So, let's put them... I know. Let's put them underneath these. We'll try and slot everything in neatly. If we leave a bit of space there... One there, and then one... There. That should fit neatly either side of the thing. Although we'll put them to the front. Or at least as far forwards as we can without going off the... While keeping them in line. Right, so put them there. With our intakes. We then want controllers. Jet controller. Actually, let's put that back a little bit. Compressors. 6, I guess? I don't know how many's good. Lots, I think. Compressor. Increases thrust without changing material use. Yeah, we'll have 2 more of those then. Jet controller. Want them a little ways back so they're less likely to get shot if something hits the front of them. Combustor. Oh yeah, right. So I have 2 combustors for now. Exhaust connector, which I think is just ducting basically. Out to the rear of the plane. Then exhaust. This is primarily testing at the moment. Right. Resources. We need a basic supply of... We need fuel. Infinite commodities, of course. Right. We do a... chair. Oh. That's providing some power, clearly. Not very much. Okay, so how much thrust are we getting out of these at the moment? 45,600. How much is that in regular jets? Like 3. Okay, so without any add-ons, pretty poor efficiency. If we now add some extra bits, what have we got? Injector increases power for a high price. Intake add-ons. Okay, so we'll add some extra air intakes. We can't add them on all 4 sides, but we can add them on 3. We'll need to keep an eye on fuel usage. If this gets too ridiculous, we may have to... Okay, that's up to 49. So it's not a big increase, but it is a one that is not very expensive to add. Right, extra compressors. All of the extra compressors. Is that adding to... it's adding mostly to efficiency by the look of it, those. Yeah, so 50,000 thrust each now. Or 50,000 thrust for that one. We'll try making one of these into a generator as well and see if we lose all the thrust or just some of it. So if we don't lose all of it, these could also be a good way of powering the craft itself. Having them as generators. Okay, so 50,000. We do extra combustors. What do we get? Okay, thrust up to about 63,000 per engine. Okay, it is increased, but not drastically yet. Is it enough to actually fly it anywhere with these? Yeah, I mean, maybe we just have to have a lot more thrust, but we're going to have 8 of these at least, because we're going to put some under the wings as well, but again, we're testing for now. Okay, what about injectors? So if at the moment it is burning 3.12 meters materials a second, 63,000 thrust. Replacing with injectors. 3.8 meters a second at 76,000 thrust. Or materials a second. Okay, so the injectors do quite drastically increase thrust, at least. So is that just a case of we do just need more? I think that is a case of injectors will be a good way to go, but we are going to need more of them. Let's add a couple of extra combustors on each one. It's said for a high price, but I feel like the fuel usage a second, if it's also our generators, is not too bad of a price to pay at the moment. Certainly not nothing, but it's not drastic. It will need decent onboard resource storage, though. Yeah, up to 130,000 thrust each. That's not too bad now. With 8 of those, I'm pretty confident that'll be enough to fly. So it's already enough to push it forwards at some speed. It's obviously nosing down because it's weighted a bit weirdly. Right, so if we now add jet generator. So current thrust. Okay, so it takes a chunk. Takes a chunk out of the thrust, and we lose. Or it doesn't take a chunk out of the thrust, but we lose all generating power basically. Oh, I see. So that provides us 5,000 power with those 4. Really? That's it? Oh. Not connected. Oh. Is the generator in the wrong place? Hang on. We put the generator here. No, it can't. Okay. We can go there. Can you not exhaust anything out of it? Oh, wait, can we? Oh, we can. Okay. We can. We do get some thrust out of it. We use all of it for power. 75,000. Okay, that's a reasonable amount of power. We do use it for just 0.2. What was it generating? Oh, power or energy. Okay, so we can also choose how it stores it, but probably best to go straight to power. So if we had each engine generating 1,500, then we could always increase these as well. We're still getting 11,000 thrust. About 0.3. Now let's try and get them to about 100,000 thrust each. Yeah, there we go. That generates about 2k power as well. It's not too bad on the thrust thing, and we could always... Okay, so let's prefab that engine. Is our engine, at least at the moment. Prefabs mode. Sub-objects mode, isn't it? No, hang on. It's prefabs mode. Did that automatically... No, it didn't prefab the same engine. Oh, it was the example engine. I was thinking that's weird that we got a... What was it? 16. Okay. There we go. And prefab mode. Okay, yeah, and then mount the other one under the wing. So currently 12,000 power generation, enough thrust that we're lifting up, our control surfaces are working, and to do a reasonable speed of about 74. Okay. We are burning 3,000 a minute, huh? Oh, that's a lot. Could potentially tweak those engines further, I suppose. Let's actually add... Let's get the AI up and working and see how it actually flies at present. It's probably going to need more work still, but let's get the AI actually trying to fly us and see how it does. But again, I suppose it is a flagship class vessel. It's going to use a lot of resources. Kind of already should have known that. Oh, I'm thinking is I'll actually give it bombing run. Yeah, attack run. What do we want? And then... Maneuver... You are a plane. You can control, fly, but you cannot be stationary off the strafe. Yes, I think you can control altitude. Okay, we may need those. We may need those lifting thrusters like the other ones had. Otherwise known as engines in the nose, just designed to do pitch. Oh. Oh, it's all automatic now? Okay, that must be one of the things from the new update. Automatically assigning roles to jets. That might mean they've improved their system for actually doing that. How well does it avoid nosing into the ocean? Not great, I will admit. Hang on, take these off. No, it's definitely nosing down again. Is that because the lift is a bit weird? Oh, centre of lift is behind centre of mass. Oh. For those who haven't played Kerbal Space Program or seen the thing with that, that's not what you want. Mind you, it's going to be an even weirder shape soon, I suppose, anyway, but yeah, that's not ideal. You don't want... Actually, no, do you want it behind the... Do you want it right in front of the centre of mass? I'm genuinely trying to remember now. Actually, I think as long as it's close, it's okay. What was that actually flying level now? Oh, so I'm holding it. Okay. Let's add some more pitch. Let's try adding some of those control surfaces in and see if that makes any difference at all. Put that all pitch rudders so it can control its pitch a bit more. Also, you know, your control. These will just be very temporary to just see how well the shape itself flies. I don't know whether the weight of all the sky rays is at all factored into it. My guess would be that their stuff is all shut down while they're docked, but I don't know for certain. No, that's right. Now, are they not yawing because they're not powerful or large enough, or are they not yawing because the AI isn't trying to yaw? Actually, no, it is starting to turn now, isn't it? It's just not yawing because it's big and it's heavy. Fair enough. Okay, so put your rudders up to there. Well, it's mostly flying. It seems to have what I would charitably call enough control over its flight, although it is flying at a strange angle. Oh, it's out of fuel? Ah, okay, that would not help. Needs more fuel access. That might be why it's flying weird. Okay, I think that's enough that it's actually regenerating now. That's a bit, though. It's already starting to look visually impressive, even if, again, it's not quite controlling ideally. Are these... What are these... Pitch up, roll... Oh, okay. No, that's right. That is right, then. It is actually set to control pitch. Okay, so... Yeah, it's flying at a weird angle, but it is flying. Why is it flying like that? Why is it automatically pitching down? Is it just because we've got those little metal bars at the top? Are they really throwing the balance off that much? Should we have the race section at the bottom? Or do like a big cross shape? I suppose we could do a big cross shape, maybe. Anyway, that's probably where we leave this episode. So hopefully you've all enjoyed so far, and hopefully you can see where I'm going with this. Tell you what we will do quickly. We'll before we finish, we'll just quickly pull the rays in closer to the ship. We'll get the altitude right. 15 meters? 10 meters? How about 8? Yeah, actually, let's do 9. We're going to put casings around those engines. I think 9's going to be about right for that. But you can see the sort of idea already of, of how it's going to work, carrying the sky rays above its wings. We might even design some custom sort of docking. Like sort of scaffold looking thing to hold it in place and make it look cool, like it's actually being held somewhat. But yeah, hopefully you've all enjoyed that. The Sky Manta is going to need some more work, but I can see it coming together already, and I'll catch you guys all next time. Goodbye.